Bill Gates once said, "Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself." Albert Einstein once said, "If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then this will live whole life in stupidity." So we all know comparison is unhealthy. Comparison leads to stress and pressure. But still, we compare. See, consider yourself, you're going to a vegetable shop to buy a potato, and you take one potato and compare with other potato, and you buy the one. The reason is we want the better or the best one by comparison. Take another case, if you want to buy a cell phone, we compare all the features including price, a camera quality, and what type of RAM we use in the cell phone with other cell phones. The reason is we want to buy the best. See, to get best, we have to compare that. And moreover, comparison is a biological evolution. It's a nature. We cannot avoid that. But instead, we can channelize that to make comparison into a healthy comparison. See, we live in the world of social media and social status. There are plenty of study conducted how social media that increases this social comparison. One particular study says that people who passively scrolling and watching others posts and videos, they more likely compare themselves with others compared to people who actively engage in social media. Actively engaging means posting, commenting, sharing, and posting their own videos. This type of people called actively engaged. People who passively scroll and watch the post, they more likely compare themselves with the social media status. For example, if husband and wife cooks together and they post a video, though it is scripted, but we feel that, oh, my life is not like that. When will I get a partner like this? So we start compare ourselves with the post. And if someone posts vacation video, we feel that, oh my god, I don't have any time to go for vacation. When will I get a time? When will I get a money to go vacation like them? We start comparing ourselves with the post, even that is scripted, or even the video, the post is not original, but still the social media comparison, social media actually increases the social comparison of the passive engaged people compared to active engaged people. So what we can do is we can limit the usage of social media. But in this world, we cannot quit the social media completely, but we can limit the social media, or we can mute, unsubscribe, unfollow the post and the videos that actually increases our comparison status. See, in one study that people who quit social media for 30 days, their life and their happiness, mood, everything got elevated. But people who continue to watch others posted video, they felt stress. See, when we start comparing these type of videos chronically, we always feel stressed inside. At one particular time, stress and pressure got increased through this particular social comparison. And this social media actually hijack our comparison, and we constantly compare ourselves with the posts. See, one way we compare generally is, see, if we compare, or if someone like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Abdul Kalam, or Saina Nehwal, or whoever achieved something, we take it as a pride and we take it as a motivation. But your colleagues, your co-workers, in your circle, within the department or within the branch, if somebody achieves extraordinary, we don't feel like motivated, because there is a reason behind this. Because when Elon Musk or Bill Gates achieved billions of dollars this month, we take it as a motivation because they are out of zone. But your co-workers, colleagues, when they are inside the zone, inside your circle, if they achieve something that may spoil our own status, that may stop my promotion, that may stop my limelight, that may reduce my spotlight, because we are in the same zone, same circle. And that is the reason we don't feel motivated when co-workers, colleagues achieve something. Instead, we feel jealous and competitive. Competition is okay, but jealous feeling will come once we start comparing frequently with the colleagues. So what we can do is we have to celebrate others' victory also. We have to celebrate my colleagues or co-workers' victory also. If we do so, we can reduce this comparison and the jealous, because their success is not going to block my success. We have to think and change the mind that their success is theirs, but that success will not spoil my path, that success will not be an obstacle in my path. This attitude will reduce comparison, will reduce jealous also. But instead, we frequently compare and we feel jealous. See, because of this jealous, we may do something against them also. See, one guy prayed to a god, and God suddenly appeared in front of him and asked for a boon. Before giving the boon, God said, whatever you ask, your neighborhood or colleague will get double of that. And this guy thought for a second and said, kindly remove one of my eyes, kindly remove one of my kidney. See, this is called jealous. People feel jealous if the neighborhood or colleagues, they gets double. See, we get what we want from the prayer, but the neighborhood gets double. We can't accept that. See, our salary is okay for us, but if someone, colleagues or co-workers, gets even 5 rupees higher increment, we cannot tolerate that. The reason is they are in same circle. See, Elon Musk achieves or Abdul Kalam achieves something that is not going to affect me directly, but if someone in my own circle, if they did something, that would surely affect my reputation, my status, and my worth. This mindset actually the reason to feel more jealous. So there is another way comparison happens is how your boss treats us or how the leader, HR, they treat us. For example, how do they can deliver the feedback is you are performing better than the last month, or your achievement got increased 10% compared to the last year. If we do so, this actually compares our own past self instead of ranking the people. For example, how we rank the people, you got 16th position among 50 employees. If we do so, we start comparing with others. But instead, if we say that your performance got increased 10% compared to the last year, we start comparing ourselves. Through this particular study, they measured how they are motivated and how their persistence continuously went on, and also they measured the stress performance. See, among these three, motivation and persistence, they actually got increased more when we compare our own past self. But whereas in the second side, in the ranking system, people start comparing with others, their stress level got increased, but motivation sustained very short period, and persistence, there is no persistence at all. So this particular study conclude that whenever we compare our past self, we get motivated and will perform even better than the previous time instead of ranking system. And this is what followed by Adobe. We all know Adobe. Adobe actually there is no ranking system. They follow this type of ranking system, but Amazon, they have ranking system. In Amazon, they always have a system called last 10% ranking employees will be fired. So what they do, they want to struggle a lot, work hard, they get more stress, but still the productivity got increased compared to the Adobe, but stress level is increased. So we have to manage these two as productivity as well as how we compare and how we treat employees, that also matters. So through this also the comparison happens, how we deliver a feedback to others or how we compare ourselves with others, whether we compare ourselves with other employees or we compare ourselves with our past own self. So this Amazon concept, last 10% ranking employee will be fired, actually makes us fear, because fear actually hijacks our amygdala. Amygdala is the part which is there in our brain, and that actually a reason for our emotional behavior, kind of emotional behavior. And when fear happens, that actually hijack the amygdala, and because of this hijacking, we cannot think creatively, we cannot think rationally, and we cannot produce good decision making. There was a study conducted in Google. They analyzed the data of 180 plus team, which team is more creative and what could be the reason for that. And they concluded that people who felt psychological safety, which means there is no termination, there is no criticism, there is no fear of failure, they actually created more creative products than other teams. See, there is another concept also available in Google, that 20% of the time, which means you can utilize your working time, which means 20% of your working time for your own research, for your own creative thinking. Even if it is paid, there is no problem at all. When we give this type of security, then people will lead and find more creative solutions. AdSense, Gmail, they have the product of this 20% autonomy. The reason is people feel safe. They are not feared, because when fear occupies, our brain's amygdala actually hijacked. Once it is hijacked, we cannot think creatively. So creative problem also will come because of this amygdala hijack, because of fear. The fear happens because of the comparison or a ranking system. So instead of ranking system, if we compare ourselves with our own past self, we may perform very well compared to the ranking system. So what could be the best solution to reduce this comparison? One best solution is meditation. See, one time people who are less jealous, less envy, when they do meditation, their theta wave increases 70% more than people who feel jealous. It means those who have high theta wave, when they do meditation, they feel less jealous, which means that there is no comparison. Even they compare, they don't feel jealous or they don't feel envy. Because of this, there is no stress. See, 4 weeks of meditation that actually increased 40% of recovery from the comparison from the jealous status. It means when we start increasing the theta wave creation through meditation, that will be more helpful compared to any other techniques, which means we can easily detach from the social comparison from jealous. We can do, or we can focus our own progress. Second thing is we need to celebrate others' success, and others' success will not block my success path. And third one, we have to compare our own past self, that will increases the performance level, as well as we feel motivated whenever we compare our own past self. And since social media increases the social comparison, if you can't quit the social media, we have to limit the usage, mute and unfollow, unsubscribe the things which actually triggers this social comparison. And whenever we give feedback, feedback should be on the task, not on the ranking. And if we modify these rules, we can stop comparing, or at least we can reduce comparing, so that this will be lead to a healthy comparison. We can lead a better life compared to the comparison life.